Well, if she doesn't get it now,
Yeah, no.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Zaman, and today I'm doing a mock test with Karen. Welcome to the channel. So your test is coming up in a month's time.
Yeah.
And you said you have done a test before.
Yeah.
And you've had around, was it 45 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're doing your test and your lessons now in your own car, so you're practicing with family?
Yes. Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You feeling nervous with today's test? Are you okay? New area, new car and everything?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been here before, so we'll see how that
Hopefully
goes.
the test route will be similar to the area where your test is, so that shouldn't be too bad, similar sort of roads and stuff. Do you know how today's test will be conducted? Do you want me to tell you a little bit about how it's going to go?
Yes, please.
Okay, so throughout the drive, I want you to follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I'm going to tell you in plenty of time. If I'm not saying anything, just going straight. I am going to start off with the independent driving from here, so that's going to go on for about 15-20 minutes or so, and you're simply just going to be following the sat nav. Okay, we're going to do one manoeuvre, and we may also carry out the emergency stop, similar to everything that you've been practicing before.
Yeah.
Any questions before we get started? Okay, so a quick question for you before we get started, and then one whilst you're driving as well. So for your first question, could you tell me, how would you check that your brakes are working before starting a journey?
So you press them and they shouldn't feel spongy or slack. And then when you turn on the engine and you go forward slightly, it shouldn't pull to one side.
Okay, that's fine, thank you. For anyone that is new to watching these videos, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, let me know what you enjoyed about today's video, and select the bell icon, and what's the last one? Subscribe. Thank you. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, let's start the engine. We're going to make our way down this road and the sat nav. Sorry, just realised I haven't turned on the volume. We'll talk to you. So when you're ready, start the engine.
Yeah.
So it's the same button as before, the ignition.
Oh.
Okay. And then just following the sat nav, okay? As we're waiting to move off from this position, Karen should focus her attention onto the left-hand side, as that's where the road is. So your last blind spot check should always be in the direction of the road.
At the end of the road, turn right, then
saying it's not a
turn
one-way
left.
road.
Turn right, then turn left.
There's a red car.
At this junction, I did think Karen was being slightly hesitant, as there was a gap for us to take, and this is a 20 miles per hour road. The vehicle approaching from the left was quite slow.
Oh, they're turning again. Green car.
Turn left.
So it turns just in here, yeah? Karen does turn into this road very nicely, but just ahead of us we've got a parked car and she gets marked down for clearance, so she needed to brake more in order to get around this vehicle. Okay Karen, if you could pull in and park up on the left anywhere safe on the road, not on the pavement, please.
Yeah, I'm just switching that silver car. That's a driveway.
When parking up somewhere safe, you simply need to avoid driveways and you want to try and park up next to a raised curb. So we could have parked in the distance, but now Karen gets marked down as she's in front of this driveway next to this white car. Thank you. Drive up when you're ready.
At the end of the road, turn left.
Karen has a really nice approach to her junctions. As soon as she realises she's turning, she identifies the junction, then starts with her mirror signal routine. And as she's getting to the give way line, she's already selecting first gear to be ready at the end of the road. We're currently waiting on a ramp at the end of this road, so as Karen went to move away, she did roll back briefly, but this was not a concern as nobody was close behind and she managed to control it straight away. Throughout the drive, Karen was doing an ongoing commentary, mentioning what's happening ahead and reading out any road signs. This is a great technique in order to keep yourself alert so that you don't miss anything. Approaching this zebra crossing, Karen does identify it and scans both sides. There was a man standing near the crossing but looking down on his phone. As we approached later on, he did decide to cross, but this does not get marked down as a fault.
Oh, I can see.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Okay, Karen, if you could pull in and park up on the left somewhere safe.
Yeah.
The end of the road, turn left, then turn right.
At this point, Karen gets marked down for position normal stops again as she ends up rolling too far forward and parking in front of this driveway. Thank you. Drive off when you're ready. As Karen was about to move off, she noticed there were lots of vehicles approaching behind, so she turned off her right indicator and continued looking in her right mirror until the road was clear. Once she noticed the road was clear, she did another look from left to right before moving off again. This way, the final check is towards the direction of the road.
At the end of the road, turn left, then turn right.
Just let that go because there's no space.
Turn right, then at the end of the road, turn left.
Karen notices a vehicle turns in at the end of the road, so she gives way in a good position on the left. But notice the blue car on the junction on the right hand side. They're currently positioned on the wrong side of the road. So we could tell at this point that they were quite eager and that they didn't want to wait for us. They should have given way because we're actually on the main road. But after that blue car, Karen should have tried to go forward and make some progress. She continues waiting for the learner that's a bit further down the road.
Turn left.
Ignore the sat nav on this one, make a right turn.
Right.
Yeah, it's being a little bit funky, but we're supposed to be turning right.
Turn left, then turn left.
As we're waiting to turn right onto this new road, the new junction is fairly busy, but mostly from the right hand side. So you'll see in a little while, the traffic approaching from the right was actually signalling to turn left, and they actually start to queue on the main road as there's traffic building up in this junction. At this point, we needed to slowly move out forward, making sure to peep and creep and only commit when the road is fully clear. Okay, Karen, when it's safe to do so, could you demonstrate how you would demist the rear windscreen? Thank you, you can turn it off. As we're going forward, the road is now dividing into 3 lanes. The far left lane turns left. The middle and right lane are both going straight on. Karen starts to position for the right lane, which is the overtaking lane. She has been checking her mirrors throughout, so this is not a fault. So when you're following instructions on the sat-nav, it's really important to actually look at the diagram and know what you're doing next. In the distance, we're going to be turning right third exit, which is about 600 yards away. But the sat-nav does not mention this until we're a little bit closer. While we were waiting at these traffic lights, Karen noticed the sat-nav and realised that we're actually going to be making a right turn at the roundabout.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A312. Right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Karen does this roundabout perfectly. As soon as she entered the roundabout, she was counting the exits when they were in front of her and she was following her lane. And as her exit was approaching, she started checking her mirrors towards the left and following the white line towards the left in order to head towards her exit. Karen could have definitely improved on this next section. So at the roundabout, we're going to be turning right third exit, but the dual carriageway is really empty at the moment and the sat-nav doesn't say the instructions until we're quite close. But because the roads were clear, it was quite easy for her to try and switch lanes even when we were quite close to the roundabout. But had there been a lot more traffic around us, this would have been quite challenging. So make sure to watch the sat-nav and look at what you're going to be doing next. Don't always wait for the instructions to be said out loud.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit. exit. Take the exit, then sharp left. Sharp left.
To make this left turn, Karen went back down into first gear and the engine brake caused the car to jolt like that. You can see the vehicle behind was not expecting us to slow down like this, so she gets marked down for her control and gears. We could have easily kept the car in second gear there. Alright, so I'm just going to give you instructions as normal from now on, so that's the end of your independent driving.
Yeah.
At the traffic lights, turn right please. Take the next road on your left, please. And at the end, turn right. As we got to the end of this road to make this right turn, Karen gets marked down for her clearance with the parked car that's on the left-hand side. Karen's attention was on getting into the road and then moving back onto the left-hand side. And if you could just pull in and park up on the left just before this next car. Get fairly close but leave enough space to move away, so just keep going forward. Don't worry about the drives on this one, just keep going forward about a car's length from the car, so just keep going a bit further, and that's fine now, thank you.
Oh, I know what I'm about to do, I think.
And drive off when you're ready.
Oh.
And if you could pull in and park up on the right hand side of the road please, just before the white car.
Cool.
Don't worry about the drives on this occasion.
Just go over the speed bump.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is to reverse back for about 2 car lengths, keeping a reasonable distance from the pavement, and try not to touch the curb as you carry out this exercise.
Yeah.
Before starting any reversing exercise, remember to check over your left and right blind spot. Karen does this really well. As we're reversing, she noticed that the back tyre was slightly sticking out, so she's turning the wheel slightly towards the right so that the car gradually gets closer to the pavement. You want to make sure you continue checking over left and right blind spot. Karen's main attention is over towards the road, but she should also be checking her right blind spot towards the pavement, as this section is not covered in the mirrors. She does get marked down for this. Just back a bit more. That's fine, thank you. Drive off when you're ready. All right, so that's the end of your driving test. I'm pleased to say you would have passed that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
You drive very nicely.
thank you.
I like the ongoing running commentary that I had. That was really good. Roundabouts, beautiful, really nice.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah. There's a few things that you could improve on, so let's go through
definitely,
those.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on any faults that you made?
Yeah, I think the first one was the curb.
Okay,
I
yeah.
hit the curb.
Yeah. There was a fault before that.
Is it?
Yeah. You remember when I said park up somewhere safe? And you said, oh, there's a silver car, I'm just going to deal with them. You remember that silver car reversing?
Oh, yeah.
There was two very nice high curbs right here. You could have parked
Just
up.
parked. Oh, okay. Cool.
And then you went past the silver car once they'd done what they're doing. You went forward and then there was a car like on the pavement, but there was a drive and then there was a slight small raised part. You parked up on the drive again, like next to the drive again.
Oh, okay.
So you want to make sure when you're parking somewhere safe, it's like this where we are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter that somebody can take the car up onto their in front of their house. That's not an issue. You're looking at this.
Oh, okay. Cool.
If it's a raised curb or a drop curb,
Yeah.
that's what matters whether or not it's a drive. Nothing else.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you should have been parking up next to the raised curb.
Okay.
That happened twice. On two separate occasions, clearance was an issue.
Oh.
But that happened because we were on these 20 roads, and I know for your tests, you don't have many 20 roads like this. So I feel like that happened because the roads were so narrow and lots of parked cars, but we should be really careful, going a little bit slower, giving yourself a bit more space around yourself. Yeah. The second one was probably like, oh, I don't like that. The first one was like, oh, it's a bit quick. So be mindful with clearance, especially when there's less space on the road available, okay? Besides that, I know last time you said your driving test was a junction observation fault.
Yeah.
So when it came to junctions, I felt like you were definitely taking care. But sometimes I felt like we were just...
Too much.
Too much, yeah.
Okay.
So right at the beginning, when we got to the end of this road and you saw that learn and you said, oh, there's a red car. They were quite far. And even when you saw them later, they're so slow. And I thought, okay, she'll take it now. But then you still thought, no, let me wait for them. And then when they decided to put in their indicator for the turn, that's when you came out. So it's like, come on, look at the speed at which they're traveling and look at the kind of road you're on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should have taken that gap. The second one came in, the first one was like an advisory more than anything, but the second one was definitely a fault. This was when we were making that right turn and the sat nav was telling you to go left, and I said no, turn right.
Yeah.
So we're on this junction, moving on to the high street. It's fairly busy.
Yeah.
You're at a great position at the end of the road. You're looking right. There's a bit of traffic. Then there was a car that turned in, and then there was quite a large, I think it was a skip lorry wanted to turn in.
Yeah.
So both of them are now turning. Left was clear at that point, I think. But at that point, because we'd already been waiting a while, it's quite a busy road. You're not going to find an empty road.
Yeah.
At that point, what should we do?
Creep out.
Creep out. Go out the first half. Make sure there's no motorbikes behind them. Look left. Take it.
Okay, because I think I was waiting for something to come from behind because it was a big...
Yeah, that's why, because you know they're both turning, that's going to mean that he's going to be slow to turn, because behind us traffic was starting to build, like entering the road, which meant we need to go out forward. And I know he can hide hazards, but this is why you peep and creep and make sure there's nothing there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The sat nav, have you ever practiced with a sat nav before?
Yes.
Okay.
But I know I need to look at it. I think I'm just waiting to hear
Exactly my point. Because on two separate occasions, I felt like, come on, she really doesn't realise where she's going.
Yeah.
One was when the sat-nav hadn't spoken yet, but you could see it was 400, 500 yards turning right. And you moved into the right lane.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, I need to move back to the left. And I'm thinking, why do you want to move back? We're turning. You remember when we stopped at those lights?
Yeah.
Even when we stopped, you said, oh, I need to get back into that left lane. And I thought, no, you don't.
Yeah, I think I saw it at the traffic light and I said, oh, okay, there's no point.
That's when I saw you looking at the sat nav and I thought, if she doesn't get it now,
yeah, no,
this is it.
Yeah.
And then the next one again was the major roundabout where we're on that 50. The slip road was very nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Did you kind of look across into that corner?
Yeah,
I felt like it was like
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, which is why I thought I'd ask. But the slip road was really nice in terms of your approach speed. Yeah, progressing and merging in. You're driving on that road, and again, the sat nav hadn't said anything until like 350 yards is when it actually started at the roundabout. And I thought, what if the right-hand lane had been busier?
Yeah.
You had one car and you let them pass and then you moved over. But I'm just thinking, what if the roundabout was busier? Would this have been easier for you, like, you know, to make that switch? The approach to the roundabout and the actual roundabout itself, very nice. You remember that left turn where it goes sharp left?
Yeah, I was not expecting. I just heard sharp left and I was like, oh, I have to go in.
It wasn't, that turn wasn't even that bad, was it?
Yeah, no.
You went into first gear, it was a bit of a, what's going on here?
I think I went to, like, the car can handle
second
and
more
that.
than alright on that.
Yeah.
You noticed it, the guy behind's on your tail in the car like
Yeah.
this. That was definitely knocked out at that point. We didn't need first gear, just let it go in second.
Yeah.
You did really well in terms of knowing the speed limit and making sure that you're at the right speed. You were driving at a safe speed for the road.
Yeah.
Okay. And with all the pedestrian crossings, like I said, I loved your commentary. You're coming along. There was a man standing near a crossing. You looked at the crossing. Oh, is it clear? Oh, he's there. Okay, I'm going to continue. So he was standing. I don't know what that man was doing.
Yeah.
You saw him, right?
Yeah,
he's standing, got his phone in his hand, but he's not standing on the pebble dash.
Yeah.
He stood right next to it, and I thought, what is he doing? And then as soon as you went past, he crossed.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't see that.
But you dealt with it safely. Like, in terms of your approach, perfect, can't fault you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we really don't get many passes on this channel. Honestly, this is what you need to do to pass.
Thank you.
That was really good. And I'm
you
not
so
just
much.
saying that, it was a good drive. Roundabouts, honestly, you haven't driven around this area, and I was surprised at how nicely you did those roundabouts. Very confident, counting the exits, following the lanes, everything.
Oh, thank you
well
so
done.
much.
Thank you. All right, guys, anything to add from you?
No, I'm just happy.
But good luck with your test. Hopefully
you
it goes
so
well.
much.
Let us know how it goes. That's it from us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, select the bell icon, subscribe if I've said it already. But that's it. I get a bit awkward by the end. I was like, how do I end this?